Hi, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and this time we're looking at an interesting line of knives. This is the Okeya Shitogami, or white paper number 2 Colt Deba 105 millimeter knife. So a Colt Deba is just a small Deba knife, and it's meant for processing smaller fish. It is a true single bevel style blade. We'll talk about that in a second. The hard steel in this, which is on the back side, it's a 2-layer construction. His Shitogami, or white paper number 2 reactive carbon steel. The heat treats, they don't say on the site, so it's approximately 60 Rockwell. I'm just taking a guess there, but that's typically where they're at. The construction is a soft iron cladding for the top layer, and then the hard layer on the back side is the Shitogami number 2. The weight on the knife is 81 grams, 2.9 ounces. Blade length is 107 millimeters on this particular sample, so right around 4 inches, and the overall length is around 9 inches. The spine thickness I measured above the heel here, it pretty much holds that throughout the blade, about 2.6 inches until you hit the grind of the blade path. The height is about 39 millimeters on the knife. And the handle's really no frills. It's just a basic hoe wood. It is D-shaped plastic ferrule. Big old step here between the wood and the ferrule. Quite substantial step there. You could sand that down if you wanted to clean this up a little bit, but it is really a built for speed handle. No frills at all. Let's take a close-up look at it. And as I mentioned, this is a true single bevel style blade with dual or 2-layer construction. So here's the front side of the blade, and here's the back side of the blade. This is, of course, a right-hander style blade, since this is the right side of the blade here while you're holding it. So this is a right-hand only style. The back side is a true concave, or it's ground concave, and that's known as a ura or urosuki. And when you grind the back side of the blade, you basically just put it flat on the stone, and as you abrade it on the stone, the perimeter steel gets worn away, and the hollow in the middle is left untouched. The front side, there are a few different ways to sharpen single bevel blades and blade paths, and there's 2 uses I think this would be great for this knife. One is, of course, a small Deba if you want to get kind of introduced to that style or deal with small fish. The other, this would be an excellent tool, I think, to become acquainted with the ins and outs of single bevel knife sharpening. So if you always said, hey, I want to learn how to do single bevel sharpening, I want to learn what that's all about and what the knife style is about, this is an inexpensive way with a high quality finish on the knife. We'll get to that in a second, but it's got a blade path that's not too long, it's not too curved, and it's not too expensive, so you can try a variety of techniques and learn about how those techniques result, in performance and edge holding, and also what kind of finish your different stones put on the blade path. And if you mess something up, you haven't spent a bunch of money, and it's quick. It's not too hard to change some of those features if you wish to do so, like put a micro bevel, take it back off again, because you don't have a big knife to deal with. So speaking of the finish has an interesting kind of Nishiji pear skin style finish to it, but it's got black colored blacksmith, I guess, remnants in the recesses of that. It's a really cool effect. And the finish on this knife is actually quite good. The out-of-the-box edge was, I thought, very good, about 6 out of 10. On the front side, it looks like they put a small micro bevel on it, and on the back side, it looks like it's just ground straight out without a micro bevel, at least to the naked eye. And so, very interesting knife. I think it's a great buy for the money, and it's finished well. It's got nice steel. And as I said, if you want to learn single bevel knife sharpening and get into it inexpensively, just as testing the waters and finding out what it's all about, this might be an excellent choice for you. So this is the Okeya Shitogami, or white paper number 2 Colt Deba 105 millimeter.